Gemini, this is your rest of January tarot reading, or whenever you find it. Remember, time and energy is fluid, so do check the playlist for your sun, moon, and rising signs to see what additional messages are there for you. All right, let's get right into your reading. We will draw the bonus cards at the end. Here we go. Grace. Ooh, just thought of Will and Grace. What a funny show. Grace. Grace Under Pressure. I think that was a show too. I think handling things calmly is what I'm feeling there with that grace. Wisdom. Feels like a Queen of Cups, Empress energy. Very sovereign too. Not allowing yourself to fly off the handle. We have I have courage, Tatsuya. Ooh, courage. That feels like Leo energy. Strength, inner strength. That could go with the grace for sure. All right, let's get your chakra energy oracle for Gemini. Gemini is my rising sign, so I do watch it occasionally. Oh, relationships. Okay. This is talking about the people in your life. Could be Two of Cups energy, could be commitments and partnerships. That would be a Four of Wands, Three of Cups. Anything kind of social. Could have some pages showing up in this reading, so let's just see what's going on. This is not really telling me a whole lot yet. Sometimes I get more from the cards coming out. Look at this courage. The first thing I thought of when I saw that Tatsuya was Queen of Wands. Boom, there it is. I should have said it. But then when I thought, courage and strength, I started thinking Leo. I always say what's on my mind. Judgment, Scorpio energy. Knight of Swords. There you are, Gemini. That is your card. You are a mutable sign. All mutable signs are knights in the tarot. Action. So we have action here and action here. Being bold. Fearless too. Both these energies are quite fearless. Part, having courage. Eight of Swords. We have the Fool. Oh my, right on Judgment. That's interesting, isn't it? And the King of Cups. All right, so I feel like something is changing in your life. I don't know why I stuttered. You're going round and round in your head about this. This is almost feeling trapped in your mind. Something is just on your mind 24/7. You're not really able to think about much else. This is calling on you to trust your intuition and how you feel about something, and to not be influenced by these thoughts, whatever they may be. It really depends on you and your situation. If these swords here are your own making, it's your own mind, your own thoughts, negative interdects, negative self-talk, remembering only the bad things of something, or it could, for some of you, it could be external, which would be terrible. Other people bringing in this negativity or worry that we see here. The Queen of Wands energy is very bold, brave, fearless. And maybe this is calling on you to do things differently. Definitely follow your happiness. What's going to make you the happiest here? Because this is definitely not making you happy. But this isn't the same thing as like being selfish. Putting yourself first in a non-selfish way to make sure that you're following your ideal life path, what you want to do. Being bold and brave to maybe say no to some things. But something is changing here. I feel like you're ready to shed this worry, whatever it is for you. Because, I mean, look at this energy. You've had this energy now for quite a few readings, Gemini, where you're leaving something old behind, your old life. And in fact, for some of you, I actually felt like there was a higher transitioning happening. You know what I'm saying? You know? Um, but for many of you, it's more you choosing a different path, because the judgment card is about leaving your old life behind and becoming someone new. And perhaps this is what you're shedding, some type of fear, anxiety, worry. The Fool doesn't retain anything like that. The Fool's not going to keep it. The Fool is starting a brand new journey. And that's what this is saying right here with the major arcana. This is Aquarius here. And I love the Fool energy. I have my card over there. I tattooed it on my leg myself. I love the energy of the Fool. It's footloose, fancy free, holding on to no more baggage, letting it go, only dealing with what you can deal with, and just taking that leap and moving forward. Now, the Fool itself doesn't really have direction, though. And possibly you do with that Knight of Swords, hopefully. Sometimes the Knight of Swords doesn't have direction either, but we'll get to that in a second. There's something here where you are ready to step into this new chapter gracefully, too. I feel that, and you have to have courage to do this, to leave behind all that you were, to make different choices, to live differently. Woo! And so, while this is about following your happiness because of all that worry, anxiety, we have this King of Cups energy, more Scorpio, which is a sign of regeneration, reincarnation, death, cycles, rebirth, all of that, right? This is saying that you have really dived deep into your emotions, faced your fears, possibly, done some inner healing. Now you've got all these pearls of wisdom regarding everything you've experienced in your life, and you're ready to follow your heart. That's the cup here. Your happiness, your love. But you don't want to wait till there's nothing left of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because we do have this king energy here, and man, you know, it takes some of us a longer time to find ourselves. Honestly and truly, I feel like I'm just now finally starting my life. I really do. And I just turned 50 in December, and it feels like now my life is really starting. You know, the 40s were, God, they were tough. And so the Knight of Swords here is energy. It's being fearless and following your heart and doing something that is very deeply important to you. And it could just be following your happiness, doing things that make you happy. Plain and simple. All right, let's keep going. Because this is just a major theme for you. Leaving some old life behind. And so I can relate to that. Because no more struggle, even, you know, because this Eight of Swords is a struggle, but this is not. Oh my God, Eight of Swords again. Again. I think you're right there, right on the edge, right on that precipice. It's calling you. Six of Pentacles, know your worth. Here, Gemini, know your worth. And look at that star, more Aquarius energy. It's coming in. There's this inner battle here. And that's part of your sign. Head versus heart. That's Gemini all the way, because you are the twins. And the Lovers is about that choice of self over others. You know, putting yourself first in not a selfish way, but living your life for you and doing the things that bring you joy and make you happy. You have to discover your self-worth on this journey. Eight of Swords twice. What's going to be on top of it? Oh, that is nice. Queen of Swords. Yep. Taking control back, seeing clearly. Ten of Wands, Sagittarius energy here coming in for you, the opposite sign, and the Magician on the star. How beautiful is that? That is You, Gemini, so you're showing up here very strongly with the Knight of Swords and the Magician. This is also Virgo energy. You both share Mercury as your planet. That is why. Look at this Queen energy. Look at this Queen energy. Look at this. This has been happening a lot in my readings, where we'll have two cards, you know, like this Eight of Swords come up, and then something similar matching. So we have two queens. You know, queens are authority as well, just like the kings. Sovereignty, taking charge, taking control, being bold, facing your fears, and cutting things out. You've learned so much on your path, on your journey with that Queen of Swords. Both of these queens are reflective because they are water plus their elements. So we have water and air here. We have water and fire here. Passions, intellect. You're seeing clearly for the first time. This is dawning on you now of how you don't have to be in this Eight of Swords. You can cut things out that are bothering you, that isn't working for you. I think you're shedding a light here on this worry, whatever it is for you. I think you're seeing it clearly for what it is. Very stoically, too, because Queen of Swords, she's not very emotional, even though she is water. She's reflective. But she doesn't let her emotions control her. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel here. Control in a good way. Taking control of your mind. Saying, this is not something for me to worry about, and I'm not going to worry about it. She's got that sword of truth in her hand there. And so she doesn't have to just accept things anymore. And so that's what I'm feeling with these energies here. A lot of sovereignty, taking control over this, whatever is going on in your mind here, and kind of putting a stop to the worrying. It's a very empowering reading here, I feel. So we have the Six of Pentacles, Ten of Wands. Six of Pentacles is Taurus energy, Venus energy. It's about knowing your self-worth. It's about equal reciprocity in your relationships. Desiring it, wanting it, requiring it. Now, it won't always be 50-50, right? But there should be a balance. That's why we have the scales here. And I feel mostly this is about you knowing what your true worth is. And it has a lot to do with your knowledge and skills and what you focus on. What is driving you here? This is determination and, focus to get the job done, to see something completed. Excuse me. Because this is very near the finish line for something. The tens are completion. And so it's saying don't give up on this. Stick with it. And know your value. Don't settle. We have these two figures here. This one is increasing their value by reading. And that's how you increase your worth, is you learn more, you develop your skills, you become more valuable. This girl right here, poor thing, wants a freebie. She wants a handout. She's done nothing. She's not added to herself, yet she wants probably the same thing he's getting. Should she? Should she get the same? No, that's not how things work in the real world. So this is about learning your value and making yourself more valuable and putting in the work, because this fella here has worked really hard on these wands. And depending on his skill and his ability to make these better each time, that will determine what this payout is going to be when he reaches this city. So this is kind of saying you're going to reap what you have sown. These two cards together. Because he's definitely going to get something at the end of this. But was he this person here? Increasing his value over time, making each rod or wand or whatever he made better than the last? Because if so, this payout is going to be nice. But if he's just like this girl never added to any skill, made these logs, wands, all the same, crude, the payout's probably not going to be that great. It just depends. This hasn't happened yet. So this is a serious consideration for what do you want your payout to be? Interesting. So we have the Star and the Magician. Wow. Two powerful major arcana of taking this dream, this hope, this wish, and making it happen. But the only way that can happen is if you have the skills for it, because the magician is a master of something. Now, in the card, he's a master of everything. He's mastered his knowledge. He knows what his heart desire is, his heart's desire. He's passionate about something. And he has the ability to work on it with those pinnacles, like bring it into reality. All those things come together. Now you can focus on one thing or another within that realm. You want to write a book, you want to work on art, whatever it is you're wanting to do. You want to study more and do something with that knowledge. Each one of those is a different facet of that ace. It's all potential. So this is about turning those dreams into reality. But it's also about mastering those skills. That's what I have there. So I think there's a careful consideration here of what it is you're wanting to get with that 10 of Wands. What is your harvest going to be? We have the Queen of Cups. Now we have the King and Queen of Cups. And the Empress. I love it when the Empress and the Magician show up together. Because I feel like the Empress, although it is that kind of otherworldly and like creative energy of the major arcana cards, it feels more tangible. Like for the Magician feels like the mental, for me, the mental aspect of what you want to create, thinking about it, planning, learning everything you need to learn. And the Empress feels like that actual real creation. Pisces, Hangman. So this is Venus energy. It's Libra, it's Taurus. Queen of Cups, it's Cancer. So yeah, I feel like you're taking those dreams. You're learning what you need to learn. I think you want your harvest to be big. Queen of Cups on the Queen of Cups. Wow. Wow. High Priestess on the Empress. Woo. And oh, the Devil on the Hanged Man. Wow. Gemini, look at this. Double Queen of Cups. So much reflection here. Water on water. I really like this depiction of the Queen of Cups because it really emphasizes those pearls of wisdom. I mean, she's drenched in them. This is saying you have so much knowledge, and not just knowledge, but wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to act on your knowledge, because knowledge just by itself is just entertainment if you're not doing something with it. The Magician has all that knowledge and wisdom too, to act on any one of those things he wants to manifest. And this is clearly following your heart's desire. Where are you being guided? What is it you truly feel in your heart you want to do? And here's that grace, a lot of grace right here. Woo! Now, for some of you, this could be the King of Cups, and this Queen of Cups could represent a soulmate energy, but it could just represent you being in balance with your masculine and feminine. The Empress and the High Priestess. Amazing. The High Priestess is our spiritual high self, our connection to that part of us, because our whole spirit does not come down into the body. I don't think that's possible. There's always a part of us connected to that spirit. And so this is that book of secrets. You probably feel things different. You feel things deeply and differently. I was trying to say the same word like at one time. Deeply and differently than other people. and highly, probably psychic too. I think you just know things. Depending on, like, if you meditate or how you receive messages from spirit, it's different for each of us. Sometimes it's dreams, sometimes it's through numbers or music. But you could be definitely getting signs here that you're on the right path. Now, the high priestess has clarity, kind of similar to the Queen of Wands, but it's more intuition and it's very broad. Very, very broad. Have you ever, like, go to call someone and they're calling you back? It's that kind of thing. And so the high priestess has this book of knowledge here. It's connected to the Akashic records, collective consciousness, all those good things, right? And this is knowing that you have unlimited potential for whatever it is you want to do, whatever this Empress wants to create, which is you, male or female, doesn't matter. You can create it. You can do it somehow. There's a way, within reason. And it's saying now is the time to do this, because we have bold action here with the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Swords, your card. It's time to take action on this. The time is now to follow your dreams. The time is now to follow your happiness. The time is now to follow your heart. Now. Not wait. Do. Action. That's what we have here with the Empress. She's actively creating what she wants, what she desires. And while she's doing it, she wants to be comfortable. We have to add that in there. It's like luxury, That's what that card, it's like making your surroundings comfortable, feeling luxurious, being in that state of mind. It's like your mind is a garden. We have this hangman energy, which is perfect. It's a 180 from how you used to think. That's a judgment. It's leaving your old past behind, leaving your old way of thinking behind. You're not looking at things the same way anymore. You can't. And that's what's been coming through in a lot of your readings. You're not processing. You are different. You're not processing information the same way you used to. When you see this toxic energy now, you're like, whoa, I know what that is. You got the Queen of Swords here? Nope. No thanks. Been there, done that. Not interested. Because no matter how much healing you do and how you change yourself, this is always there, but they can't get anything over on you now. I don't think so. Because I can speak for myself that if the same people or types of people came into my life now that I've dealt with in the past, oh, no way, I'm not interested. Not at all. They can't get in my circle, my vibe. It's just not happening. So where before you had this flip in consciousness and this flip in thinking and this enlightenment, this was probably very attractive to you. You may have been attracted to the wrong kind of people, the wrong type of action, the wrong type of thinking and habits, all that kind of stuff. Anything that steals your time, effort, energy is this, whether it's people or not. And so now you see this coming a mile away. It's clear. There's clarity here. We have it here. Ooh. Something in you has changed big time. I mean, it's major change. We can see it here. This is, if we really look at this, we do have the Six of Pentacles here. We don't have a lot of daily action cards other than the Eight of Swords, which you are moving away from. Excuse me. Everything else is about your journey and you becoming wiser, choosing wiser, cutting things out, and just leaving things in the past and moving forward. Focusing on what you want to create here. There's a lot of creative energy here, especially with the Empress, because she's always pregnant with ideas. We have this nurturing energy of this Queen of Cups. She's like the mother of the tarot, just like that Empress. This is a focus on What makes you happy? Look at all this Queen energy. So we got the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups twice. The only thing we don't have is Queen of Pentacles, but she's right there in that Empress. Because I think the main thing here is your happiness. Act as if. Chameleon spirit. Yeah, I can dig it. Hawk spirit. Let spirit be your guide. And I think that's definitely what's happening here. It's definitely good. You're being guided by the star and the high priestess. That's the best team you could possibly have, I think. I need some more coffee. Nature's signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. There we go. Let's get one more. Go outside. There we go. Right now, you might not want to. It's cold, but I love the cold. It's time to go outside, tune in to the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. And just because this is talking about going outside, my favorite weather person on YouTube is Max Velocity. He's a great weather forecaster. If you've never watched him, he's got a big update on this massive cold that is hitting the U.S. right now. And I'm pretty far south into Texas, so we are probably not going to see much of it. We're just going to barely get skirted by it, I think, on Sunday. Not like, what was it, 2020, where the entire state froze. Do y'all remember that? If you were living in Texas, that was crazy. I had propane at the time, so we're fine, but this house is all electric, so hopefully it won't hit us that bad. Never ending story. There. Oh, now I'm thinking of Stranger Things. This is ending. That's the thing. This worry, that circle that just keeps going and keeps going. I feel like you really are putting an end to this, especially with that Queen of Swords energy. You're like, it's like when that person has just, really heard enough of something and they just slam their fist down. I've had enough. And that's it. There's that clock. What did I say? The time is now. The time is now to follow your happiness. The time is now to do what you've always wanted to do. The time is now. Why wait? Woo! Holy moly. Man, my throat. So sorry. I'm getting me some more coffee after this. Cracked cup. I hope I don't drop my cup. My favorite cup. No. Dissatisfaction with life. That's wrapped up in that sword. Okay. Like I said, it was like a ton of different things inside this sword energy. You're changing it though. That's what that judgment is all about. Hills, obstacles to overcome in your own mind. Challenges is what teaches us how strong we are or our weaknesses. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. If you're not following your happiness and your dreams, yeah, you're probably going to be sad. Let's get some more. Oh, rabbit. Too much concern over sexual matters. Maybe for some of you, we do have the Empress there, so be careful. Moon changes in your life, definitely happening. And bread. Look at that. This is all about cycles. And that's what the Six of Pentacles, even though it is Taurus energy, it's moon energy. So we go through these cycles. Sometimes we're in need of assistance. Sometimes we're the ones that can provide assistance to others, although I say do be careful with that. Don't overextend yourself or give too much. Period of prosperity and abundance. I've done that before in my life. I've overextended and have given too much, and then it's not good. So don't do that, Gemini. All right, let me know what you thought of this reading. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.